Welcome back. It is day 142 of our road to 2200. We're at 1987. I actually just filmed 2 videos and for some reason my audio was not recording. We lost both. Last game was a very, very interesting one. So it sucks that we don't have that, but it is what it is. We live on. And yeah, before that I had streamed last night and I was very tilted. So yeah, we lost some elo. It's okay. When I started recording, I was 2001. Now we're 1987. Hopefully we can get some of those wins back. But we'll see how it goes. Oh, wait. I'm not supposed to play here. I'm supposed to go knight here, knight here. See, I'm just not even thinking clearly at the moment. Let's go for an early c5. Yeah, they just take. And I'm just going to develop my knights. Yeah, that last game was very interesting. It was an end game where I had traded my queen for 2 rooks, and it was completely winning. However, it was difficult. So let's go ahead and put our knight in the center here. If they trade, we're happy to take. And we just have an isolated pawn. Okay, they go there. I think I'm going to offer a bishop trade now. Well, if I go here, they can take. Then if I take, they take here. Then I can take with check. Capture. I don't like that pawn. I don't like how that looks though. But what else am I supposed to do? I guess I could go here and here. Or I could even fianchetto. Here, they probably come in though. Let's play bishop e7, try to go this way. Keep everything rock solid. I want to be able to take with the queen. And then this bishop's going to have to figure out what it wants to do. Yeah, so we take with the queen here. That's pretty obvious. They're going to develop, which might allow them to push. Now that I'm thinking of it, maybe not the best. Okay, let's keep our queen out and about. Queen f5. They're going to push for sure. I need to castle. Yeah, so they're trying to set up some stuff. Castle push. Takes isn't... Well, no, the knight protects. So we can go here. And we have to take. And now, I guess I could pin this, but there's a check. So let's just move our bishop. If they take, we'll take back. If they go here, we'll play rook a7. It's ugly, but it is what it is. Rather they go there. Do I just sack the rook, to be honest? Bring out the bishop, say take it? Probably not. Let's just go here. They can't really... They can take, but it'll be okay. They want to push. Let's get our bishop out. We need to develop. Maybe a rook d8 at some point. We need to get rid of this, though. Yeah, so they push their pawn. Queen here. Seems like a reasonable move. Let's just put our rook on an active square. The knight protects it. Bishop protects it. And then maybe we can, depending on where the queen goes, maybe we go bishop c3 and then back. So they're got eyes here. Yeah, I think bishop here is the move. Trying to go for this. They might try to put more pressure on this square, but should be okay. Let's go here. Attacking the rook. Let's not forget that this rook is attacked as well. Rook here. Okay, they go there. I guess now let's get rid of that knight so I can coordinate my rooks better. Yeah, let's go like this. Knight's probably going to go here. And I'll probably just take it. Can't take with the rook, so they have to go here. I guess they could take with the queen. Yeah, they go back, so my bishop's under attack. But I think we just take it. Rook takes is a huge blunder, yeah, so they'd go there. And now I think we just coordinate our rooks better. I think that makes a lot of sense. They can't really push. We just go back. Ooh, well, then they go here, takes. Knight's under attack. Okay, let's coordinate our rooks better. If this ever moves, we might have some rook moves here. They got a strong bishop. Actually, we can't go here. So I have to go here. Maybe we want to plan to go here if they don't push. Attack the rook. Well, then they just move the rook, right? Don't be an idiot. Yeah, they want a rook trade. I don't really want to trade rooks. But I guess I could just go here. My opponent offered me a draw. No thanks. One of us will lose. I'm pretty confident. I have quite the ability to lose drawing positions. I could maybe jump the knight in here and then plan to play something like this and just have really nice pieces, but it's probably not great. Maybe we just make a luft. Let's just make a luft here. If they trade rooks, whatever. Yeah, so they make a luft as well. That's probably smart. Just bring a rook. Just be active. Now they trade. Makes some sense. Now they have to move their rook. If they don't move the rook, they lose. So they have to see that this is hanging. As they do. Let's come all the way back with our queen. And maybe try to trade this bishop. Position is definitely pretty drawish, but... you know. Okay, they want to trade that. We can trade. Once again, he's offering me a draw. I don't want to draw. I want to play the position out. Even if it is a draw, just play it, man. This is how we get better. Like, I'm probably slightly worse. Actually, especially if I go there. Let's come back, just protect everything. Here we have this. Let's capture that. I'm going to just try and trade that bishop. We have less time too, which is not good. Okay, they let me take there. I don't know how great of a choice that is. Let's attack the queen. We have checks here to pick up the pawn, potentially. Something tells me they're going to blunder their rook. Let's attack the queen. We have check here to pick up the rook if they take the pawn. And then they're 2 squares away from promotion, which is scary, but actually they can't take this, you idiot. 2 minutes. So they have to stay on this diagonal. So you can't. So you probably have to go there. No, they go there, but now there's a fork and we'll be picking up that rook. Check. Now we just have to win the game. So let's just come all the way back. Attack this. Rook here, rook here. Should be good. Let's make sure there's no checks on the back rank. So let's come here. Something like this is what I'm thinking. Now let's go here. We're going to win the pawn. There's no checks. And now we're suited to deal with the checks by going here. And my opponent resigns. GG. And that's why you don't just accept draws when there is drawing positions. Because, you know, even if we could have lost that, it's still worth the experience. Like, just play it. Just play the position. And when somebody offers you a draw like that, it's kind of saying, hey, I'm a little bit scared. I'll take a draw. So, yeah. So we had a better position here. Knight there is the best move. Okay, I thought I should have went for knight c6 and then knight a5, but okay. We have this position, and then we blundered. Apparently we should take with the pawn. Yeah, probably just because they can push, and then we have this kind of position, which this is very, very drawing. Like, both of us just drawing, but you have to, you know, play and try to win. Once he let me take there, it gave me something to play with. And then that's just a blunder of a rook. So he just crumbled, and then we made sure that there was no perpetuals on the back rank. GG. Let's play another one. Okay, we have the black pieces, so we're going to play Karo Khan. D4, D5, or, well, not D4, D5. Knight C3, let's take. Try to go into the Tartakower. And that's exactly what happens. And they go here. Let's get our bishop out. They're probably going to try and line up some batteries. It's reasonable. I'm just going to castle. Queen here. We kind of need to make one of these two moves. I think I'm going to play H6. I could go here, but then I don't like positions where they play for H4. And now I might get them to create a weakness with F3. But maybe we go here first. Let's play Rook E8 first. The castle. And where do I want my bishop? Maybe I go bishop here. And then try to play something like Queen D7. Potential sacrifices. We're going to try and put the knight on F8. So the knight's going to F8, queen's going to D7. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe even queen or bishop C7, queen D6. But the knight's just going to go here, so probably not the best. Interesting position. Okay, they try to trade off the bishop immediately. That's annoying. Yeah. Yeah, that is very, very annoying. So I go here, takes, I guess. Let's go for that. Because if I take their bishop, then their knight gets into the game. Not exactly what I wanted. Knight here, knight here. Okay. I guess if the knight comes in, we don't have to take. Are they trying to push, maybe? They might be trying to push. I'm just going to develop. I can always take this. There's tactics here, so we can't take the pawn. I could go here. If you play this, I take it with check. Let's go bishop here. Let's attack the rook. If the rook moves off the diagonal, I can take. And if you commit to this, that's bad. I mean, I just take. No, I don't. Because then the tactics there afterwards. You can tempo, but that creates a massive weakness. Yeah, so they go there. I can just move the king. This is probably a useful move regardless, just making sure there's no checks. So the pawn's now under attack. Because there's no useful discoveries with the bishop, I don't think. But let's see what they do. Okay, so they want to kick my bishop back. Fair enough. If I go here, I lose. We could play bishop e6. Yeah, let's go bishop e6 here. Just eyeballing this potentially. Keeping everything protected. Still threatening to take the pawn. So maybe you play queen up now. You can also come in with the knight. But that just loses it. No, it doesn't. Yeah, they're trying to trade pieces. It's annoying. I think we just bring the rooks to the center. Don't really need to think about it too much. We don't need to take that, obviously. Taking just helps them improve their knight. And then maybe we go queen. Okay, they go there. So I can take with the knight or the rook. Knight takes puts some pressure on this. So let's take with the knight. Activate our knight a little bit more. Knight here. Maybe we go queen f4. You can push, takes. I don't see that being that great. But maybe it is. Yeah. But I should be able to just go queen f5. This should be fine. We're not threatening the knight because it's protected, but it's becoming a little bit loose. Push, takes. Maybe we can tempo the queen to start. Because now the rook is attacked. And this is under attack too. Okay, so they push their pawn. This doesn't feel correct. It feels very, very loose. If I go queen here, there's probably just this, and then my queen's probably getting trapped. Could go all the way back, push. Takes. If I go here, is there a problem with that? I want my knight to go there, though. So I'd probably have to play queen here. Let's go queen to c7. They're going to push now. But this feels a little bit weakening. Knight g5. This square is looking very juicy. So maybe on push, we just play knight g5 to start. It could be an idea. Knight g5, can they go f4? I mean, surely not. I just play knight e4. Like, their position is going to be pretty loose. We have the time advantage too, which is nice. Yeah, they developed the rook. But now I can take. Knight takes. No, takes. There's rook takes first. Sneaky, sneaky. So I guess let's invite a trade of rooks. Trying to go check. Also just threatening a pawn. So push, check. And then, well, it's interesting. So if I get this check in and they go here, can I take, and then take, check, king up, queen check, picks that back up. Okay. So we can't do that. So let's go ahead and capture this. Check, king here. Is my knight getting trapped is the question. I might have to go here. And then kick this knight, which I can't do. Here, here, here. Takes. There's always a block. Their position's somehow very, very solid. This check was just not possible. They just come up. And this knight's actually annoying. Maybe now I play h5 and then g6. Queen in. We need to protect our rook. So let's go here. Rook here, we have knight c8. They're going to create a pass pawn. Not good. Potentially. I don't have to actually go into that though. I can play for this. h5, g6. No, there's just queen takes. It's protected. Now let's go here. We're threatening knight takes. Knight takes, the queen has to take. Yeah, but now I can go here. Queen takes here. I'm threatening to just take. So let's go ahead and capture. And I got checkmated. Okay, that's so bad. Tunnel vision. Oops. Okay, opponent played with an 88. The game was drawing the whole game. I played with an 80. And then, yeah, we just blundered mate. Slightly better. We needed to kick the knight. No, he didn't. What am I going on about? We have to go G... Yeah, we do have to kick the knight. G6. What if takes? King G7. Knight back. Then we take here. And they can't take with check. Then they got all this pressure. What am I supposed to do here? Once again, just G6. If takes. King H7. And now the knight's actually trapped. King H7. Sorry. Wants D5. Takes, takes, takes. The knight's like just gone. So let's go here. What if you take? You lose to queen takes your rook, dummy. So just rook D8. And then knight G4. But we blundered mate and won. Awesome. Here's what it is. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.